Have you ever wondered what the most resilient life form on Earth could be? The answer to this question might surprise you. It's not a cockroach or a rat or even a human being. It's a microscopic creature known as a tardigrade or water bear. These tiny marvels of nature are a study in endurance, having honed their survival skills over hundreds of millions of years. These water bears are so small that they can only be seen under a microscope, typically measuring between 0.5 and 1 millimeter in length. Discovered in the 18th century by German zoologist Johann Ephraim Goeze, tardigrades have captivated the scientific community with their survival skills. You see, tardigrades are not just survivors, they're extreme survivors. They can endure temperatures from near absolute zero to almost 150 degrees Celsius, face high pressures and withstand intense radiation levels. These tiny creatures, tardigrades, can survive conditions that would annihilate most other life forms. But what makes tardigrades so tenacious? Imagine being less than a millimeter long, looking like a cross between a bear and a vacuum cleaner nozzle, and being virtually indestructible. That's a tardigrade for you. These pint-sized powerhouses, also known as water bears, are among the most resilient beings on our planet. Their biology is as fascinating as their survival skills. Tardigrades are multicellular organisms, complete with muscles, nerves, and a digestive system. They have a head and body clad in a tough, flexible cuticle that molts as they grow. Their 4 pairs of stubby legs end in claws or sticky discs, useful for navigating their watery habitats. But the real magic lies in their survival mechanism, a state known as cryptobiosis. This is not your everyday hibernation. It's a transformation into a state where life processes slow down to an almost undetectable level. Picture this. When faced with extreme conditions, a tardigrade curls into a dry, lifeless ball known as a tun. In this state, its metabolism drops to less than 1% of normal. It loses most of its water and its body fills with a sugar called trehalose, which protects its cells. This is the key to their resilience. In the tun state, tardigrades can withstand temperatures from just above absolute zero to nearly 150 degrees Celsius. They can survive under immense pressure, much higher than in the deepest ocean trenches, and endure levels of radiation hundreds of times lethal for humans. They can even live without water for at least a decade, and maybe much longer. What's more, these little warriors can tolerate the vacuum of space and toxic levels of chemicals. This is because, in the tun state, they are not so much living as they are on hold, waiting for conditions to improve. In this near-death state, they can wait out the harshest of conditions for years, only to rehydrate and spring back to life when the environment becomes conducive. But there's more to these hardy micro-animals than just survival. Tardigrades are not only masters of endurance, but they also possess a unique biological trick up their tiny sleeves, the ability to exchange genes with other organisms. This process, known as horizontal gene transfer, is rather like swapping recipes with your neighbors, only in this case the recipes are bits of DNA that code for various survival skills. Imagine if you could borrow a friend's ability to stay awake for days on end during exam season, or their knack for withstanding the freezing cold on a winter's hike. That's effectively what tardigrades can do on a genetic level. By incorporating foreign DNA into their own genetic makeup, they can acquire new traits that enhance their survival capabilities, allowing them to adapt to a wider range of harsh environments than most other organisms. Their unique biology allows them not just to survive, but to adapt and evolve in ways other organisms cannot. So, why should we care about these microscopic marvels? Well, the resilience of tardigrades has piqued the interest of scientists across a variety of fields, from biology to astrobiology, even materials science. These tiny titans offer us a unique opportunity to understand how life can persist in the most unforgiving of environments. Imagine for a moment if we could harness the tardigrade's ability to endure extreme conditions. The possibilities for survival technologies could be endless. Picture a future where dehydration, radiation, or extreme temperatures are no longer life-threatening. Furthermore, their remarkable survival skills could shed light on how to protect our environment and maybe even help us understand the potential for life beyond our planet. And let's not forget, their unique ability for horizontal gene transfer could open up new avenues in genetic research, potentially revolutionizing medical science. In these tiny creatures, we may find answers to some of the biggest questions about life's resilience and adaptability. The humble tardigrade, it turns out, could teach us more about survival than any other organism on Earth.